Hey Virgo, this is Perrymore Tarot's weekend reading from September 13th to the 15th, 2024. This is for Virgo. Virgo, just a heads up, we are going to be doing a weekly next week and resume. I always mess this up. We'll resume dailies on the 23rd, and I'm going to miss it tremendously until then. But hey, so we have the Sacred Temple and letting go. There's something that may be holding you back from running full speed ahead and into a different pasture, like going somewhere different. There's something about you needing to let go. Like that's what you're meant to do, is let go of something, right? That a lot of times the sacred temple is about being in a holy place, and love may be keeping you in a place that's quite toxic. Um, this could be romantic love. This could be the love of a parent. This could be a love in general, or someone that you care about that may be guilt tripping you. Here, it's hard to let go of fighting for them or defending them. There's so many cards flipping out. Hold on, something flipped out here in the last shuffle of this because they're saying do it one more time. So, okay, for some of you, this could be a romantic connection. Okay, um, oh, for sure, some of you are this romantic connection, and but I don't necessarily see romantic connection fully like that's just it, right? But you're meant to be free. Magician, Knight of Swords, Temperance, and King of Swords. There's a need for you to be patient. That in a situation, or to give something some time. What you want is not really there just yet. There's something, it's time to let go of waiting for someone to grow up as well. There may be someone you're waiting for. I mean, even if you're not romantically fully connected, this could be someone that you're like, well, we're loosely connected. If this is romantic, if it's not romantic, this would be a like generational level difference. So it doesn't always have to be parent and child, but this could be like older sibling and younger sibling, or cousin to, you know what I mean, or not, no, or aunt or uncle, or a nephew or niece, or something like that. There's a generational difference here. Um, so what they're throwing out here for you is that you're stuck. You may feel like your situation is worse than it really is. The part that you may that has you bound is mental. There may be things that were said, things that were shared. um, you guys may think the same, have the same sort of logic, or know the same things, you know, and that would usually come with coming up with someone, or coming from the same family or the same cloth or something like that. um, they're throwing out here that you may believe in a person, but you may believe in something with when it comes to them. Like you're like, listen, this is how things need to be. This is what makes sense. Uh, I'm seeing someone who is like, don't you see the logic in what we're saying here, or what I'm saying to you? And I see that they're you're bound because you're stuck waiting. It's like there's a learning curve that you're waiting on that may not actually be reached. It might not ever happen, and not in a time frame that you'll need it to happen. You need to be free at this point. There's other things going on for you that you've got to take advantage of. Now, with the sacred temples, King of Cups, the Devil, Queen of Cups, and the Chariot, this tells me that you are meant to be connected with people who feel the same way you do. It seems like whoever the someone is that has you stuck and bound, you think the same way as they do, but what you guys have in common is doomsday thought processes, or um, you may not be just doomsday. It might be like both of you can go down the rabbit hole of the dark thinking, or you know, like there's a dark side to a connection, and maybe you both can talk about, you know, things that are like, this could be conspiracy theory, but going far into it on a more negative note. And I'm seeing that you may believe in them, and you may believe in what they're saying, or you may even believe in what you're doing when you're connected to certain people. But no matter how long you wait and fight for them to get them to understand something, they won't. It almost feels like willful ignorance. Now, what you're meant to be doing is being guided towards freeing yourself and being in a more meaningful connection with other people. Doesn't necessarily mean, especially if you like it's romantic, doesn't mean that you're meant to leave that person behind necessarily. But it's important to immerse yourself in more healthier connections right now, because this person has a learning curve or growth. Um, there's something with growth that will hold you back. Letting go of the Seven of Wands and King of Wands. You can't defend your desire to wait for someone anymore. It doesn't make sense to wait. There's something here where they're saying it doesn't even make sense anymore for you to wait for them. Deserving is the Hierophant and Two of Cups. So you're deserving of more healthier, meaningful relationships where you two understand each other when it comes to like it's time to grow, right? Life comes in, and then you move forward, and there's something about you needing to understand that you deserve to have like-minded people around you that understand the logic of something. Someone does understand the logic. They're good. They can say the words, but when it's time to commit to the action, they fall short. Okay, yeah, I know I need to do that. Yep, you're so right. But you're so right never equates to like them actually doing what's right. Deserving though of connections that make sense, like they check all the boxes, right? There's something about you needing to find someone who feels the same way you do, which would mean to me that whoever you're connected with, they don't have feelings. It's like you got the connection is mental. So like, yeah, you think the same, you guys can have long conversations about, you know, all the worst case scenarios and all that stuff. But when it's time to actually come up with solutions, they fall short, and then they don't have the connection with you, the emotional connection to say, let me think of Virgo's feelings. And you're deserving of having that. I think you know that though, right? You may feel like you deserve love, and a lot of you may be um, stuck on reconnecting with this energy. Travel is Ace of Cups and the Page of Wands. It seems like you've come so far only to struggle with starting fresh. It may be difficult to start fresh. Even with this person, reconnecting with this person, reconciling with this person may be very difficult. So Spirit is telling you that you deserve to have the kind of love that um, where there's a deep emotional attachment, right? Not the cerebral. Well, it makes sense that we stick together. It's a, you know what I mean? And not even romantically, okay? But I am seeing strong romance. And if you're not in a romantic connection at this point, this is saying that when you may have a meeting of the minds with people, but the emotional attachment wasn't there, or not to your liking, or not to the point where it was always fun, or that you took things lightly, or there was always some dark undertone to it. um, Guilt tripping, a lot of disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect, make up to break up. So they're saying you deserve better than that, of course, right? And you deserve somebody who's looking you in the face and saying, there's no place I'd rather be. And I don't even want to focus on the what ifs. I want to focus on what we can do, right? So it's so important that you let go of your ego in a situation and trying to defend why you're waiting for someone to get it together. Um, Especially if you're not getting along with them. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Like I said, this could be, there's a difference. If it's not romantic, there's a generational difference, a gender difference, or a hierarchy difference when it comes to business, where it's like maybe it makes sense, but they don't really care about you. You're a dime a dozen. As long as you get along with them and understand where they're coming from, um, that's all that there is. So they're even showing in a workplace environment that as long as it's you and someone else involved with that person, things are okay. But Spirit's saying that you shouldn't have to defend yourself so much, or feel that need to defend yourself as much, And if this is romantic, you deserve better in life than staying in a situation that feels negative and that inspires negativity in you, and that you may feel is toxic, or perhaps it is rendering you quite toxic. You know, you could be in a relationship and then you become this toxic person you can't believe it's you. You know, that's another thing too, right? Because you're like, this is not me, but they just bring out the worst in me. That's a sign that this isn't right, you know? So either way, leave that there. You could be dealing with a Taurus, an Aries, a Capricorn, Sagittarius, Cancer, right? Otherwise, all the signs are here except for your signs. You could primarily be dealing with another Virgo. All right. So if you're not dealing with these signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.